Hello and welcome back to Exothermic Plays Games. I'm Exothermic and the date today is Friday, June 28th, 2024. I've been doing a countdown of my favorite video games of all time through each day of the year, and coming in at number 187 is XCOM Enemy Unknown. XCOM Enemy Unknown is a very cool turn-based strategy game where you shoot aliens with big laser guns. Join me tomorrow as I talk about my 108. I'm just kidding. There's more going on than shooting aliens. You also build a base. Join me tomorrow as okay, that was the last time I'm gonna do that joke. You are the commander of a global government organization that's intercepting alien invasions around the world. Most of the game is done via turn-based combat, where you control a strike team of elite soldiers from different governments. Each character has some of their own strengths, like how much health they have, bonuses against different types of enemies, or bonuses with different weapons, and you'll get to unlock and choose from amongst options as you level them up. Most missions involve just tracking down and killing all of the extraterrestrial life forms, though some do have side objectives, like this UFO landing where I also have to get inside and secure the UFO. Combat is done in turns, where all of your characters act and then all of the aliens act. Generally, you can perform a movement and one other action on each character's turn, though you can move twice if you want to give up attacks or other abilities. Each character can have two weapons equipped that can be swapped at will, each with their own strengths and weaknesses regarding damage, aim, and mobility. For example, sniper rifles have high damage and high accuracy, but can't be fired if you moved that turn, while pistols excel at nothing, but also don't really suck at anything and can be fired after moving. The easier missions are exactly that. They're easy, you just run out and do whatever, you don't have to think about it that much. Some missions, however, can be pretty challenging and require a lot of strategic setup. While most of the game is just moving around and shooting, there's environmental factors to consider, and positioning is critical. Your characters can take partial or full cover by their surroundings and are limited in field of vision by your environment. You may want to position in such a way that your characters can cover each other with suppressive fire, or with the Overwatch ability that allows them to shoot at enemies that move into vision. There's actually a ton of items of the game that you'll discover and craft back at your headquarters. I mentioned that you can have field of vision problems from the terrain. One item you can make is a field scanner that gives you vision of an area that you might otherwise struggle with. As much as this is a strategy combat game, it's just as much a base management economy game. You can fully customize your facilities, building and expanding throughout the game, research new technology from things you find from the aliens, and organize your resources with other nations. All of your operations do cost money, and you can generate income through the missions and through other things throughout the game as well, keeping the whole operation afloat. While there's no real character to the members of your team, as they're just generic military operatives, you do grow a bit attached to them as they level up, if nothing else out of fear of losing your more optimized soldiers. I definitely have my favorites who have been around through many a mission, with higher kill counts on the team, and it gets pretty nerve-wracking when they take heavy fire. When your characters die, they die, so it's important to protect the injured and get those medkits distributed. While most of your soldiers are pretty generic copy-paste military folk, the aliens are at least a little interesting in design. Thankfully, most of the visual designs indicate mechanical design here. The big brutish ones? They have a lot of health, but don't excel at ranged combat. The slender ones looking like poorly copied humans? They're stealthy and are good at ambushes. The big death robot? It's a big death robot. Ultimately, XCOM Enemy Unknown doesn't take itself too seriously and realizes it's just a game about shooting a bunch of aliens, and does that very, very well. Join me tomorrow for real as I talk about my 186th favorite game where I throw apples at eggs.